It almost fell off the damn truck.
What's up, brother?
Big car.
How are you?
Good, how you doing, man?
Good, dude.
I
Good
like
to
the
see
hat.
You like that? Look at that. Hanging with PA, baby. That's what we do. Oil change, 2001 400EX. Right now, it's been a minute since this thing's been done, dude. And we're going to the desert on Thursday. So just trying to get everything cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. So when we get out there, we don't have any issues. You know?
I hear that.
Yeah, dude.
Smart man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Coastalrollerprerolls.
Yes.
For all your cannabis needs.
Yes. Cannabis and also, I guess, CBD?
Yeah, well, I mean, CBD is a part of cannabis.
He knows more than I do about
So
it. So
we have our CBD line, we've got our Delta 8 THC line, and coming soon in the state of Oklahoma for medical purposes only, obviously, I'm launching my marijuana line. And we'll have a pre-roll. The THC content's over 33% on one of our pre-rolls. That's fire. So we're excited, guys. We're really, really excited.
But like I said, guys, I'm ecstatic for him. Me and Mike have gone back, what? Mike was
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, because he was at my wedding.
Yeah.
And when I tell you this man made it the best week of my life, we
don't have to go into detail.
We don't have to go into detail, but it was a good week.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And even to this day, that week is still brought up.
Yeah, still, yeah.
Still to this day, 10 years ago.
And I mean, we do some pretty tight shit, so it's not like we're lame and we don't get out ever. But that week in Florida was freaking gnarly.
Yeah,
it was
one for the books.
It was definitely one for the books, but not for people to read the book.
Right.
You know, so.
And then what was it? Was it 2 years ago? It was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We where was that?
That was same place.
Same place.
Same place.
Destin area, Fort Walton area. The same week, not even planned.
Yeah.
Because I saw him post a picture. You're on the airplane.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm flying to Destin. I was like, dude, we're flying out tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And so we met up, and make a long story short, I think we got in at 7 a.m. You know, my wife is very, she's fine. And she's like, I expect you to be home around 3:34, but showing up at 7:30.
7:30 in the morning.
7:30 in the morning. And then I slept in bed all day. I felt like shit. That was a long night. And then that guy was on the beach drinking at 10 a.m. And I'm like, I'm in bed dead. My brother-in-law threw up in the parking lot. That's what I should have done. I should have thrown up in the parking lot. That would have got that all in my system.
Done. God.
And been done. God, that was
fun.
These good times, guys. Those were the days I wish I was a YouTuber. Those, well, half
me.
that. Nah, that couldn't make the channel.
No.
You would see, hey, we're going out.
Cameras off.
Cameras off, coming in.
Off, dude.
And then I'd probably vlog that morning, be like, I feel like shit. I'll see you guys the next day.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. There we go.
That thing, you just have it on tight.
I didn't have on tight.
The guy put his Hercules strength because he was tired of. Good lord.
That didn't sound good, did it?
No, I think you just broke it loose. I think you're good, but God, how
damn.
How you put it on with the impact?
Seriously.
Every time I do personally do maintenance, it's just a disaster. The oil goes everywhere. I can get an oil change done cleanly now. I can get a rear diff, but as soon as I do the gearbox.
How often do you do that?
It really depends on how hard I beat on it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just out there, filming you guys riding.
Yeah,
putting around. I mean, you're supposed to, I think it's every 20 hours, guys. Also refer to your manual, don't refer to what PA does. But I usually do two to three rides. Okay. Now, some of you guys, some of these guys change their stuff every ride.
Which is fine.
But I'm like, now if you're riding for a whole weekend, yes. If you ride only on, big events and you're riding that weekend and you're beating the shit out of it all day for 4 days straight, yes. You probably, you're sinking that bitch, yes. And putting in deep water, yes. You probably do need to change your fluids every ride. Some rides I ride hard, some rides I'm out just recording you guys, some rides I might ride mediate, and I'm like, okay. I've checked the oil before and it's relatively still clean. So then I just do 3 or 4 rides. It could be 5 rides. But normally it's about 3 to 4. The CanAms I also feel like are maintenance junkies. If you buy a Honda, my neighbor, he has changed his oil twice on his Honda. Thing still fires up on first start. which is crazy. Got a new oil filter in.
Yep. Like. Get her tightened up. Put some oil back in her. She'll be service.
So if you guys don't know Mike, he's keeps all his things, even though he has a million of them, they're all in perfect condition.
In pretty good shape. I mean, this is a 2001, and you know, when I first got this thing, it was an upgrade for my girlfriend. She had a Honda 300EX, and I rode a 400EX and a 450R. And over the winter time, we had a pretty big snowstorm, and I was riding my 450, and she was riding my 400EX, and she got pretty accustomed to that 400EX.
Yeah,
so you know, she wanted to hang up the 300EX, and I bought this thing, and it was in okay shape when I first got it, but you know, the guy was asking, I think, $2,200 for it, and I went and rode it and looked at it, and he actually sold it to me for $1,400.
Yeah.
I didn't have to twist his arm or anything, but you know, I just I pointed some things out to him that was wrong with the bike.
Right.
You know, some maintenance that it needed to be done. Obviously, it needed brand new tires. You know, that's something that most of the bikes need when you first buy them if they're used. The seat was torn up.
Didn't your girlfriend do the seat?
Yes.
Did she wrap the seat?
Yeah, Emily did the seat. She does upholstery.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she did carbon fiber outlay with a yellow insert. She did all the stitching. She did the whole thing, man. She crushes it with her work. But you know, with the used four-wheelers, something that I look for, if somebody doesn't take a picture of the rear end, we all like to look at a fat ass. So that's one of the first things I ask them. Send me a picture of the rear end. Well, reason being, you know, a lot of these guys, they don't take care of their chains or their sprockets. Mm-hmm. The swing arm's beat up. You know, sometimes the brake caliper's missing, or you know, sometimes the rear carrier bearing is trashed. Okay. So you know, whenever you're looking at chain-driven quads, one of the first things to do is shake it side to side. And as you can tell, this thing is in fantastic condition. The rear carrier bearing is awesome.
So if it wasn't, it would be, I guess, shaking.
It would be sliding from side to
side. Oh,
side.
okay. So that keeps it from sliding.
Pretty much.
Okay. So people like me, they have no clue what to look for. This would be a huge tip, which is good.
Yeah, for sure. So you know, that's one of the first things that I look at when I look at another one of these bikes. And over here, if you know, you're looking at a chain-driven bike, if you're looking to get a sport quad, right here. So a lot of times, if this is missing, somebody has cracked the motor casing. So whenever you're looking at getting a used sport quad, go over here, look at the motor casing to see if it's been damaged. If it's been damaged, don't buy it unless you've got a motor lined up for this thing, because you're gonna have to replace it. You're gonna have issues, and to resell it, it's really and put an HMF slip-on it. Stock header, so nothing super special. With the air filter, I usually just use a uni. The CanAms are great, and they allow a lot of airflow, but with the CanAms, with that airflow in dusty conditions, man, it's also sucking in a lot of dust, and man, it'll just tear the cylinder walls up on these bikes.
So it's actually worse to run the CanAm.
Man,
Your personal opinion.
In my personal opinion, yes. You know, if you're out riding and you're riding hard, like we go to the desert a lot, and the sand out there is really fine. If you're riding an open element air filter or like a CanAm, it's gonna suck in some sand and it's gonna tear these cylinder walls up. But if you're bringing in the Ched, fuck it, it don't matter, whatever.